Welcome to Make It Take It. I'm DC. I make these videos to go over some of the games that I'm betting and why, and I also give opinions on a couple of other games that I think are worth looking at if you're looking for an opinion on taking the games that you might not have thought of. A lot of times, like the last video that I made, which was Sunday, I'll link it in the description below. I gave four games, and I went 3-4 on them. But the one that I actually took, it was one of the losers. So the games that I did take, Queens came out. They beat Kennesaw State in a game that Kennesaw State just took number one in the Atlantic Sun. And also the suspicious line I talked about, which was Hampton over Drexel that I liked. Said there's no way that Hampton should only be a 5-point dog, so they're a 6-win team. They ended up winning that straight up. But I didn't end up taking that one, as you can see in the video. So you can get some information on the games just that I mentioned, which I'm going to mention a few today that I like, and then two that I'm taking. First, I have two big conferences, two smaller conferences. The first one that I'm going to take is a total, and it's two teams that are new to the Sun Belt Conference. Marshall, James Madison. Going over 155 in that one. Marshall's consistently scored 80 points in their last games. James Madison hasn't scored as much lately, but in the beginning of the year, they were an automatic over. And these are two teams that are top 20 in offense this year, all season. So I'm going over 155. I think James Madison brings back the offense in that one. One of the games I considered in the big conference, which was questionable to me, was I liked UConn over Providence at first. UConn's a 7.5-point favorite now, because you look at that game and you'd say, Providence, they've been ranked all year. They've been really good. I was going to go UConn, but then I remembered how Providence I took all year. If you watched my videos last year, Providence was a team that I said odds makers disrespected all year, even in the tournament, and I rode them out for the rest of the season. And that's been happening lately with them. I took Villanova over them last week, and Providence won that game easy. So this is happening again to Providence, so I'm a little questionable about going against them, even though I like UConn with this line. I'm just stay away from that one. I think the better game in the big conference is North Carolina over Notre Dame. I got North Carolina down, it was 6. I brought it down to 5. Notre Dame's been playing a lot better lately. They're still only a 10-17 team, but they played at Virginia, at Duke, really tough their last two games. They only lost by 2. So I think they're getting a little bit more respect here. North Carolina, just like last year, they made a late season push, got in the tournament, and went to the finals. They have to make that push again this year because they're 16-11. They're sitting on the bubble right now. But they're a team that get looked at anyway. So a few more wins and they should be good for the tournament. But if you've watched North Carolina this year, they're a lot better than their record says, I think. So I'm going North Carolina, laying the 5 on the road there. And then the early game that I considered was Jacksonville over Bellarmine. I think Jacksonville should take care. I'm not taking that one. But another Atlantic Sun game that I like to mention. I keep in touch with the Atlantic Sun. So that's my favorite one, Atlantic Sun. But the ones I'm taking are North Carolina, Marshall, James Madison, over 155. Those are my plays for today. Thank you for watching. Good luck.